And with these innocent lives at risk, today Israel faces what is any government's worst nightmare: attacking an enemy that is holding your people hostage. Hamas has captured at least 150 people from the Israeli land. 13 of them are children. Dozens of them are believed to be foreigners. They're being held in secret locations across Gaza. While Israeli forces continue to strike Gaza, how will their government secure the release of hostages? Israel has set up a hostage situation room. It has identified most of the hostages, but their whereabouts are still not clear. Many foreign powers have jumped in to help. We mentioned the names to you: the US, Qatar, Turkiye, Egypt, others. They're all holding negotiations. They're trying to secure rescue efforts, while families continue their agonizing wait for news. It's a tightrope walk for the Israeli leadership between patience and force. And as we track their moves, one thing is amply clear: Israel is in no mood for concessions or compromise. Here's a report.
Hostage rescue. Israel has well-proven expertise in it, thanks to its secretive Special Forces unit. It's called Sayeret Metkal. It's broadly similar to Britain's SAS or America's Delta Force. Sayeret Metkal was set up in 1957, but it shot to fame in 1976 due to its raid on the Ugandan town of Entebbe. Commandos rescued hostages from a hijacked plane. It was quite the feat. And this man was the commander of that unit. That's Netanyahu. He was also the only fatality amongst the Israeli commandos. Today, his brother, Benjamin Netanyahu, is Israel's prime minister, and he faces a near impossible situation. Now, Netanyahu must navigate a hostage crisis, except this situation could be any government's worst nightmare. When Hamas attacked Israel on Saturday, it created the country's biggest challenge. At least 150 people were abducted by the Hamas terrorists. That includes at least 13 children and 5 people aged over 60. Dozens of these hostages are foreigners. The numbers are neither clear nor final, but based on reports, here's what we know so far. 11 people from Thailand are said to be held hostage, 2 from Colombia and Mexico each, and at least 1 from the Philippines and Nepal.
I can't do anything. I feel really depressed that my son got abducted. I'm speechless.
Several others from the US, the UK, Argentina, Canada, Chile, Germany, Austria, Brazil, Italy and other countries could have been captured too. Hamas says these hostages are being held at secret locations, in underground tunnels and bunkers across Gaza. Hamas has threatened to execute 1 hostage at a time for each Israeli airstrike that kills civilians in Gaza. There's no evidence that they have killed a hostage yet. But at the same time, there is little restraint from Israel. Large parts of Gaza are being reduced to rubble with airstrikes. Israel is not in the mood for compromise or concessions for that matter.
And I am saying here to everyone, we will wipe this thing called Hamas off the face of the earth. It will cease to exist.
But Israel's dilemma persists. Should the country wait it out until Hamas is weakened by airstrikes and hope for a negotiated release? Or should Israel go in hard and rescue hostages by force? Both strategies have their own risks and rewards, both of which Israel is calculating intently. It was quick to set up a hostage situation room, collating everything that it knows about the identities and status of the hostages. Those who are being held hostage on Israeli territory have been rescued. All Hamas captors have been killed. Some reports say that Hamas released 2 hostages today. Such claims have been rubbished by Israel, which is now trying to get a grip of vast underground hostage networks in Hamas's home turf of Gaza. This is proving to be difficult. It doesn't have all the data that it needs. Gaza is nearly opaque to Israel. In the meantime, other countries are stepping in. The US is working with Israel to secure the release of hostages.
Let's see. Sorry, it's under these circumstances.
But thank you for your tremendous
Very much. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
Meanwhile, Turkey is carrying out negotiations. Qatar, Egypt, and other countries are also trying to negotiate a partial release of hostages. It seems like global effort is pooling in. This is a race against time. There's an imminent threat that captors could kill the hostages, either in a fit of rage or out of fear. The hostages may be in bunkers, but they aren't immune to Israel's airstrikes either. What are the chances that the hostages will survive? The odds don't look good. But the families and friends of hostages haven't given up hope. They continue their agonizing wait for news. So far, some have only received notifications on abductions of their loved ones. For them, there's no further information. And for many, there's no clarity whether a relative is missing or captured.
We expect the government to find a way to contact us, for someone to talk to us, to have someone to turn to, a way to get any information.
What is happening is unbelievable. We demand from our government to be in contact with the families.
They are demanding answers from the government and finding strength in each other, creating unofficial networks of information, publicizing details about their abducted relatives, and desperately going through the internet looking for Hamas's videos of its captives. They are looking to Israel, which must decide how to ensure the safety of those captured. Will it choose force or patience? In normal times, deciding between the two would be Israel's #1 priority. But today, it's the elimination of Hamas.